Hello, my name's Artemis, and do you see that a lot of people have, like, a different view of the fandom throughout different parts of their journey here? Because I do, I see that all the goddamn time. They 1 minute they love it, next minute they hate it, then they come round to it, and I wonder why that is. And then I thought, oh fuck, that's content, that's a video, let's make one, let's talk about it. So now we're going to cut to me doing exactly that. So typically, in the beginning, we all find the fandom, and it is this amazing, wonderful thing. We can finally find a place where we feel like we belong, where the things that we like are normal to everybody else because they like them too. And it's amazing. We get to join it, get a bunch of friends, we get to go to different events, we have a shitload of firsts. We got like our, first group chat, we got our first convention, our first fur meet, our first fursuit, our first fur con. We got all of these wonderful firsts, all these amazing, great, perfect, brilliant events that bring us a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of things that we feel like we've been missing out of in our life. And we get this amazing view of it because suddenly the fandom, it just becomes this sort of giving tree where it's just constantly giving us all the things that we've wanted, and we find so much joy and love here because this is what we've been looking for. And now we have it. Now we've got it. And surely it's all like that, right? Surely that's how it always is going to be. But then eventually it all fucking falls apart. The fandom will always turn on you. When you obsess over it, when you make it such a massive part of your life, it just makes it more painful when you realise that all of the perceptions and ideas and visuals that you had of it are not exactly the truth. And that's very fucking difficult. That is. There always comes a point where the patterns that you've been going down, the little paths you've been following, lead you to a bad place. And I'm sorry to say it's very common. If you are twisting yourself to fit into other people's ideas of you, you're going to eventually realise you can't do that forever. If you've been chasing everybody else's idea of what the fandom is without figuring out what exactly it is you want, you're going to feel empty and unfulfilled. If you've been chasing big numbers on social media and it's not quite happened, and then suddenly you say the wrong thing and get a massive shitstorm thrown back at you, ooh, well, that could be career ending, couldn't it? That's just going to be horrible when the thing that you've been working so hard on potentially gets taken away from you or destroyed. If you've been working super hard on all of your projects, want to be cute, cuddly, want to be the next big name content creator, it's going to be disappointing when other people start hitting those milestones. There always comes a point. There always comes something, whether it's social, whether it's social media, whether anything. There always comes a point where you start to basically have the fandom turn on you. Could be group chats. The first friend group that you were in, turned out you don't actually gel with those people, and there's only so long that you can all fake it together and it explodes. There's always something that makes you step back and think, oh, this is not what I thought it was. I don't think I like this that much anymore. And that's very important, as you shall see in the next segment. And that's where you come to sort of the main point of this whole video, is that either one of those approaches is bad. You cannot see the fandom for just one side of the coin. You need to see both sides of that coin to decide whether or not it's something that you actually want to put in your pocket. And I feel that a lot of the times people only see it from one space. This is why we have a lot of people who hate the fandom who then eventually become part of it because all they've seen are the negative sides, but then they start to see the good in it. Problem is, most of us come in and we see the good. We put on those rose-tinted glasses, we see it for what we want to see it for, and assume that that's always going to be what it is for everyone, for all time. And it's not. And it's why I tend to feel like a lot of the times people kind of have a falling out with the fandom. They like, oh, I want to leave, oh, I'm done with it now. And it's because that image of what they thought it was, that glorified fantasy, has been shattered, has been destroyed. The rose-tinted glasses were not taken off, they were ripped off their fucking face, and they had no choice but to confront the reality of it all. But I think it's a good thing. Honestly, I do, and I strongly believe that you cannot truly say that you enjoy the furry fandom until it has tried to kill you, until it has come for you in the night, until it has decided, you are my next target. Because you need to see both sides of it. You need to see the good and the bad. And that's where you can start to refocus. You can figure out what exactly it is you want from the fandom and focus on that. We all think that we want what we see on social media, but that might not be what we're actually looking for. If you start focusing on what you want to get out of this place rather than what everybody else apparently does, you start to actually enjoy it a hell of a lot more. This is why we see people who, they find a good friend group and they stop going to cons and start just going to see friends. This is why you see people that used to be all over the place, at every convention possible, always talking to everybody, start to recede into a handful of very close people. It's because they found what truly matters to them. And honestly, I think it's a good thing. I think this is how everybody should eventually be. It's happened to myself. It's going to happen to plenty of you out there. Don't see it as a bad thing. Don't see it as the end of the world. When you start to see that this place just is not as shiny as you want it to be, that's when you realize you're starting to truly get to the meat of the matter, and then you can figure out how much you really want to enjoy this place. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this video made sense. I do strongly believe that you can't enjoy the fandom until you've seen both sides of it, because otherwise you're just looking at a lie. You need to be confronted with the truth, and even though that's painful, it's the kind of pain that leads to good shit. Sort of like a... Oh, fuck it. Insert a joke about a room party here. I'm not getting that dirty, but thank you for watching. I hope this made some sort of sense. Have you ever found anything like this yourself? Did you have that illusion broken for you and now you're better off for it? Or am I completely wrong? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to seeing your opinions, but thank you for watching. If you did want to support us, there are a variety of ways that you can do so, popping up just on that side of the screen with some fancy animations that I made from scratch, actually. I did some good work for that. But yeah, there's feet, there's merch, there's the Patreon. All of it would be amazing if you just clicked and had a little look. There's links down below. You can have a look at all that stuff and maybe support us this Christmas. Call it a Christmas present. It'd be just lovely. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you all next week. Bye!